Hey, I'm Fallon Fitzpatrick, Master Celebrity Hairstylist and CEO and founder of the New You School. And today I want to talk about something I think is interesting. Why positivity could be negative. Now, what do I mean by that? So there's something called spiritual bypassing where people aren't really dealing with the negative and the hurt and the wounds and what's going on inside. It's when people first usually get on a spiritual path. Sometimes it stays for a lifetime or personal growth path. And then they think, I'm going to think positive. I'm going to use affirmations. Everything's going to be great. And they just kind of shut out everything bad. That was me about 12 years ago when I first got on a spiritual path and watched The Secret and did a spiritual training. Since then, now that I've done the deeper healing, I think is more powerful. Basically, what I realized is we have to sit with the pain in the physical body, and everything that we do to distract ourselves from the pain, addictions, sex addictions, overeating, love addiction, success addiction, workaholism, like any of that, procrastination, that is to avoid a negative feeling inside the body. Now, some people say mental illness is the unwillingness to experience our true suffering. Jackson McKenzie, author of Whole Again, and I think that it's actually also the inability to experience the full extent of our suffering, because when we experience trauma, the body just shuts off. So we walk around thinking everything's great. Maybe we feel a little anxious, or we can't sleep, or we have some anxiety sometimes, but we think like, I'm not angry, I'm not sad, I'm not lonely, everything's good. But really, all the trauma that happened to us needs to actually be felt, to be let go. So the main thing that you can do is sit with yourself and sit with your body every day. So you can close your eyes or just kind of look down and just feel what's happening in your body. Sometimes it can feel like a hole, maybe like a hole in your heart, or like a stabbing sensation in your sternum, maybe just like a numbness or a weird feeling. But if you can sit with that every day for at least 5 minutes, or if you're feeling anxious, just sit down and pay attention to the body. That is literally the most healing thing you can do. Sometimes it might take a while before you start to feel things, but I promise you, underneath any anxiety or anything is sadness. All of these emotions eventually start to come up. Now, once they start to come up, you might feel worse. And you might say, why did I do this? Now I feel like crap. But eventually, once all those feelings are felt, because that's all that needs to happen, you will experience true love and joy and easiness and laughter and do things that are fun. So that is the most important process for healing. When does positive thinking help? Now, after you felt the feelings and they kind of come up and then they're released, then you can use affirmation, visualization, positive thinking, focusing on your goals. Or what I really love is this thing called the 3-point turn. Now, the 3-point turn, there's 3 steps. You say what's happening right now, how you're feeling about it. The next statement is something that makes you feel a little bit better, but still real. And the third thing is what your ultimate goal is, but you have to frame it as in something I like to think about is. So for example, my house is a mess right now, I feel overwhelmed. So what I could say is, right now I'm noticing that my house is a mess and I'm feeling overwhelmed. Now the next best feeling would be, I'm trying to think of it right now, it would be, I know that if I really need to clean my house, or it really gets to the point where it's bothering me, I will clean it. So that gives me relief in my body or in my nervous system, but it also feels real. And then the third thing is, sometimes I like to think about, and whatever the goal is. So sometimes I like to think about my house always being clean, but me keeping on top of it so it doesn't build up, and me never having to worry about it ever again, because it's just a natural way of being without stress. So that makes me feel great. But putting it in the sense of sometimes I like to think about makes it more, you have less resistance. Because if I say, I'm going to do this, or this is how it is, the brain's going to go, no, you ain't, and no, it's not. So putting it in that way takes the pressure off. So I hope this helped. If you need any support, please comment below, and take care.